Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. I had an inquiry the other day and somebody wanted to buy a new barrel for this 530 Lockwood handle lock, and they just wanted to buy the barrel and swap it over themselves. And they said, oh, I'll buy the barrel and I can just use a screwdriver to get it apart. And I said, no, you actually need circlips. And they're like, oh, is that hard to do? So I thought, okay, well, I'll do a video and show you how to pull apart a Lockwood 530 handle lock. With this one here, we have this barrel already pre-made. You can buy barrels pre-made as well from our website. Take note of the actual shape of it. There is another lever as well. I think it's a 930. They take the same barrel, and this is Lockwood. It's written on the inside there. So not all locks are easy to pull apart. I'm going to show you how I do this one. I'm going to be using my pliers here. These are some circlip pliers I got from the States. They're pretty good. And then I'm just going to come on either side of this circlip, as you can see it right here, and just give it a squeeze. Now my circlip pliers aren't great. They only squeeze it just enough, sometimes not even enough. So what I like to do is just use a small screwdriver or a spike tool, and after I squeeze that circlip, just get under one side of it, give it a little bit of a wiggle, and just work it up. So there it is, half off right there. And I'm just going to make sure that I get one side off. So I've got one side of the circlip now off, and this side is still on. So if I push it this direction, it should actually come off. There we go. Now we don't want to distort that circlip in any way, so we want to try and keep that as good as we can. Here is basically where we start getting tricky. What I like to do is grab it with one hand with the whole thing and just separate it if you can. Wiggle, 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 and it will come off. So there's one piece there, and then we've got this main drive. Now on the entrance set, you're going to have a different type of main drive here. This one is what I believe is just the storeroom set. So to actually make this move, you actually have to turn the key. So it'll be locked at all times, and then you just turn the key. So here's the cylinder itself, nice and greasy and dirty. It's not a great cylinder. It's got this metal cap on top. I don't like them. I like the solid ones. I find they're a little bit more solid. There's this little part right here which keeps the cylinder centered. Don't know the technical term. So we're going to transfer that over. Just check our cylinders are the same length, which they should be, and it is. As you can see, there's years and years of dirt in there. Then I'll just drop that back in, and I'll drop this back in. Now take note of these lunks here, because you can put it over the other side and wonder why it's not going back together and things aren't working. So take note. You can also mark them as well. When you pull it apart, you could like give it a scribe, and that way you're easier to get things back on. I'm just so I've put in my cylinder, I put in my main tail here, pushing down the plate, and now just putting my circlip back on. Now you can use circlip pliers, you can use a flat blade screwdriver if you are skilled and talented. If you're not, you'll probably end up just stabbing yourself. So I've just used a spike tool just to get that back on there. And of course now you grab it and you rotate it around just to make sure it's on there, and it's on there nice and tight. So that's in the lock position now. I try and turn it, nothing's happening. So when I put my key in, it should drive the back of it, which it does. So it's a storeroom function where it's always locked from the outside. Use your key to unlock the lock. And that was replacing a 530 cylinder in a Lockwood handle lock. Thanks for watching.